Well, hello, welcome to the Carnivore Champion. My name is Johnny, and I have a confession to make. I'm scared to death. Let's talk about it. You're watching the Carnivore Champion. So, what am I so afraid of? What's got me shaking in my boots? What am I so terrified of? It's this race that's coming up next April, the 50 meter and the 100 meter dash in the senior games. I've been doing some research online, and I've been using ChatGPT to help me figure out what I need to do to be competitive between now and next April. Well, I went back and looked up the times of the runners from last year's North Carolina Senior Games, and the 50 meter dash, the winning time was like 7.13 or 7.15. So I asked ChatGPT if I'm running a 4.707 in the 40-yard dash, what would that translate to in a 50 meter dash at that same pace? And what it told me was shocking, to say the least. That would be a 10.12 second 50 meter dash. Now, ChatGPT gave me the whole formula to work it out, speed per foot per meter, but it did the math for me, thank God, because I'm not that smart. But I've got to get from 10.1 down to around 7.1 if I want to have a chance to compete. That's 3 seconds off my time. Well, there again, I asked ChatGPT, is it possible for a 58-year-old man at 250 pounds to take 3 seconds off his 50 meter dash in 8 months' time? And it said, unlikely. Possible? Yes, anything's possible. Very unlikely. It said more than likely I'll be in the 8.1 to 8.3 second range if I start today and work very hard. Well, I've been trying to start today and work very hard, but as you can see, this weather is not cooperating. Seems like every day I'm at work we have decent weather. Then the days that I'm off, it rains the whole day. It's raining this morning. It's supposed to rain in thunderstorms later on this afternoon. The park where I go and do my sprints is basically underwater. So I'm going to do something that I don't really want to do, but I think I don't have much of a choice. I'm going to join a gym. So the days that I need to get some workout in and it's raining, or the weather is just where I can't get out, I can still go to the gym and at least do a treadmill, do free weights, do squats, band work. Now I could do some of the stuff at home, but I'd have to drag all my equipment into the house, work out, and then put it all back out in the garage. My garage is not where I can really build a gym there. We've got a lot of stuff stored from where my mother-in-law passed away. So we're going to the gym, and we're going to go to Planet Fitness. I know that can be controversial. Some people don't like Planet Fitness. But hey, it's accessible, and that's what I need right now, an accessible gym. So let's head over there, and when we get there, I'll tell you some more about what I've learned about getting faster at sprinting. But for right now, let's go. We got to drive. It's about 6 miles from here. Let's get over there.
Can you feel that spark igniting? It's the roar of life, no more hiding. 4 years I wandered in shadows, low and gray, feeding my body with nothing but decay. Days turned to years, just a ghost in a cell, living a life that I knew too well. But deep down inside there was a flicker of light, a whisper of hope saying you can fight. I threw off the chains, cast away those lies, looked in the mirror, saw fire eyes, took a step out into the sun's warm embrace, gave my heart of gratitude a brand new space. I'm alive, from ashes I've risen, I've learned to I'm finding my groove. Packed up my past, left it all behind. Embrace the challenge with a hungry mind. From junk food chains to the primal feast. Found strength in the hunt, I was born to beast. Every heartbeat now sings a powerful tune. Dancing with shadows beneath the moon. With sweat on my brow, I hit the ground hard. Each rep I promise my own sacred card. Reclaim my power, stronger than before. Life's an adventure, I'm ready for more. I'm alive, oh I'm alive. From ashes I rise and I've learned to thrive. Carnivore.
So, a little bit of good news. In doing some research, I asked ChatGPT, AI, of course, to make me a custom program to help me take as much time off my 50-meter dash as I could. And it gave me a pretty comprehensive program. I was very impressed. I was able to print it off on my computer, and it's like week 1, day 3, day 5, do this, this, and this. And it looked pretty good. It looked pretty comprehensive. But I also went on YouTube and I looked at a bunch of different videos from sprint coaches, people who teach sprinters how to get faster and faster. And some of the exercises and some of the routines that they have their athletes do is over and above what ChatGPT wants me to do. So I believe if I can incorporate some of what ChatGPT recommended, along with these other exercises that I found from sprint coaches who will have a sprinter sprint. They'll give them a very specific workout. They'll redo their sprint, and you can see how much time they've shaved off their 50-meter or their 100-meter dash. So if I combine all of that with appropriate rest days and recovery days, I believe I can get pretty close. The problem I'm having right now is the weather. I mean, we've had just abysmal weather. I'm here in North Carolina, of course, like I said, and this is August the 13th today. 2025, and we've had rain about every day that I've been off. And I don't mean a little mist, I mean a lot of rain. So the tracks in the parks that I would go to practice on are basically covered in water. So I decided I would go ahead and join a gym. I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to do most of my training outdoors, but Mother Nature wins. And I only have 8 months to get this, and every day that I'm inside the house and I'm not working out is a day lost. This is a very, very, very tall mountain for me to climb. I don't have any time to waste. So I'm going to spend a few bucks and I'm going to join right here at Planet Fitness. There are 2 of these locations relatively close to my house. And the good news is when I'm at work, if we have time between calls, sometimes there might be an hour and a half to 2 hours between calls, and I'm close to the hospital where I pick up patients. At either location, so I could sneak in here and maybe get a quick 30 or 45 minute workout in, even on the days that I work, because I work 11 to 12 hours, sometimes 13-hour shifts at my job, where I work as a paramedic doing non-emergency discharge work from the hospital. So by joining a gym, yeah, it's spending money. I didn't really want to do that, but it might open up opportunities for me to do some training, even on the days when I have to work. Everything I do at work is pre-scheduled. I don't do any emergency calls. So everything we have is pre-scheduled. So if I have a call scheduled at 9 and the next one's not scheduled at 12, I'll have time in there that instead of just sitting in the ambulance scrolling on Facebook or YouTube, I can swing by a gym that's really close to the hospital and get a 30-minute workout in. So that's going to actually increase my opportunity to train. But I'm not a fool. I realize I'm 58 years old. And a person of my advanced age, I cannot work out 4 or 5 days a week. That's too much stress on my muscles, my tendons, and my central nervous system. I'm going to have to work out a day, take a couple of days rest, work out a day, take a couple of days rest. So at most I'll get 3 good workouts in per week. We'll titrate that and see how I do, but recovery at my age is so important. Not so much when you're 19, 20, or 21, but when you're pushing 60 years old, you cannot push your body that far, because what happens is you'll start getting sloppy with your workouts. Then you start ingraining bad habits into your sprinting or your lifting or whatever you're doing. So at this age, nutrition, sleep, recovery. Yesterday was a great recovery day. It poured down rain all day yesterday, and I stayed inside, and I never even went outside yesterday. So it's raining again today, of course, And I'm going to join the gym and get started on some inside workouts using everything I've learned from the Chat GPT workout plan to the Sprint Coach workout plan. So I'll keep you apprised of how this goes. Like I said, today is August the 13th, and my weight today was 251 and change. So I've lost about 5 pounds in the first week. That's exciting, but I've got a long way to go. Anyway, let me get in here, get this workout done, and I'll catch back up with you in a... Well, I just returned from my trip to Planet Fitness, my first trip there in a while. And I got to be honest with you guys, I'm feeling a little more optimistic about my odds at not being quite so embarrassed at the state games next April. After watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to get faster and better at sprinting, even at my advanced age, and yes, I was able to find some videos on that. I also, as I said, I did the Chat GPT thing, and it gave me a pretty regimented workout. So I incorporated some of that stuff into my workout today. Basically did core and lower body, so don't skip leg day. And what I did differently is instead of doing very slow and controlled and methodical workouts, when I did the exercises, let's say if I were doing a push with my legs, I would start at the top and I would think in my mind, on your mark, get set, go. Then I would push the weights as fast as I possibly could and then come back up kind of slow and controlled. And then on the next rep, same thing. I'd hesitate, wait a minute. On your mark, get set, go, and then push the weight down as fast as I could again. That accomplishes two things. It absolutely will train your central nervous system for that explosive power to send those nerve impulses a little bit faster. And it also helps to develop fast twitch muscle fibers. So all the exercises I did, even the core work I did in an explosive style. I got a lot of crazy looks from people at the gym, but that's okay. They don't know that I'm working on sprinting. I also did a lot of standing broad jumps. I would basically do standing broad jumps all the way across the gym. I found an area where nobody was down there and trying to do as few of jumps as I could to get from one end of the gym to the other, so that I'm getting further lunges with every jump. Now, all the research I've done says that will actually help you on the start of a 50-meter or 100-meter dash. I also did one-legged hops across the gym on just one leg. I did a lot of lunges and walking lunges. As you guys know, my right leg is markedly weaker than my left leg, so I'm really having to work on the right leg. So I did about twice as much work with my right leg as I did with my left leg because I'm trying to correct some of that imbalance, because I think that imbalances are actually hurting my speed in the sprints. So really excited to put all this, to continue doing this. I'm going to go back out in about 2 weeks. I'm going to re-time my 40-yard dash. I've also lost 5 pounds in the last week. I think I did a video last Thursday, so today's Wednesday. So I've lost 5 pounds in 6 days. I'll take that. We're definitely heading in the right direction. I've got a lot of work to do on that. If I can drop 40 or 50 pounds before April of next year and continue these workouts, I'm pretty excited that I can at least not be embarrassed quite so bad. Oh, and I did want to show you guys this. I made a new purchase, something to help me with my documentary. I ordered and received my brand new camera, and it's going to be in conjunction with this camera here. I'll be using 2 cameras. Hopefully I can make the documentary a little more cinematic and get multiple angles of different things. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Here is the camera that I purchased from Amazon.
But then I caught a spark, a fire in my mind. Put the junk food down, took a butcher's knife. Carnivore diet, it started to change my life. Meat on my plate, feeling stronger each day. I'm ready to run.